Hello everyone, the MLG Skylander Man 360 here today. And today we are reacting to Superman vs. Juggernaut. And this is One Fish Mob series Fan War. Now, with my history between both characters, I've only known Juggernaut either through the cartoon series or even through the Deadpool movie, which kind of contrary, I don't know if he which interests me about the character nonetheless. I don't know if he is killable because, as I said, he wasn't a mature movie comparison to most characters. I actually don't know about that. But then again, I did recently watch Deadpool vs Wolverine, which I'm not spoiling. So good luck getting spoils out of me. And with Superman, I have a little more history of him, considering with Lego games, movies, or even so far as comics goes. He is an all-around character. Now, it does come to surprisingly note that with Superman, it's hard to tell which iteration they'll use for this version of Superman, which I think they'll be basing it on the comics because, unless both characters are going to be based on comics, there's more strength in the comics than I could say for the cartoons or even the Lego games. But anyway, guys, without any further ado, let's begin the reaction.
Kal-El was born to a high-class Kryptonian scientist on the dying planet of Krypton. He was sent to Earth to preserve the life there. He was found and raised by the Kents. They named him Clark, and over the years he eventually learned of his true origin. He left for Metropolis and took up the disguise of Clark Kent and took a job at the Daily Planet, wearing the most obvious disguise before SpongeBob and Patrick's new Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy outfits. Glasses. I mean, how does that even work? Does the Kryptonians' face change when they put something on their face?
Probably.
Well, I'll hurt my brain later. As Superman, he has his most obvious powers. He gains power from sunlight, so the higher he gets, the stronger he gets. Heat vision that can be amped up to destroy entire armies, but drains his solar energy immensely. Superhuman strength that allows him to move the entire Earth around effortlessly. X-ray vision that can see through anything but lead. Supervision to see very far away. Superhuman hearing that allows him to hear anyone or anything from far away.
Alright.
Even in space, he has superhuman speed. This speed also makes him even more faster when he is flying, able to break the sound barrier or create the infinite mass punch. Super breath that blows away or freezes his opponents. He has invulnerability. The invulnerability allows Superman, to be nearly invincible. By nearly, he has weaknesses everyone in the world knows about. The most famous, and one with the most variety, I'm not kidding, there's like 6 different kinds of it, kryptonite. Radioactive fragments of his home world that brings him to his knees, and prolonged exposure will eventually kill him. Gold kryptonite will strip him of his powers, red will make him insane, etc., etc. He has no special resistance to magic, mysticism, sorcery, or anything magic related. He gains his energy from the yellow and white suns, but red suns will drain his energy immensely, and if he is cut off from the sun too long, he will lose his energy over time. And he will only kill if there is no other choice. Right, Zod?
Yeah, I think that's the worst part about Superman's character.
Cain Marko is the stepbrother of Charles Xavier. One day he went into a cave that housed the lost temple of Sidorak, a powerful mystical entity. Therein, Cain unearthed the crimson gem of Sidorak, and upon touching it was transformed by its mystical energies into a human juggernaut. As the Juggernaut, he is unstoppable. Once he began to walk in a given direction, any obstacle or force on Earth isn't able to truly stop him. He only possessed telepathic abilities and certain mystical powers, all of which he has since lost. Recently, however, the Juggernaut has been stripped of this mystical energy, including his personal force field. He still possesses superhuman strength, endurance, and durability due to years of absorbing the mystical energies of Superman. But the current upper limit of these traits is yet unknown. Of course, Juggernaut has weaknesses. The Juggernaut is, however, vulnerable to magical forces of sufficient strength. If his helmet is removed, he's vulnerable to mental attack, and if he loses his armor entirely, he is stripped of his powers. Oh, and if something can equal his strength like another Juggernaut, he can be defeated. What else are you seeing every time Juggernaut beats Hulk, Hulk beats him? I know one thing, though. Nothing stops the Juggernaut.
Alright.
Nothing stops the Juggernaut! Fight!
On a high like that, he's still durable. My lord. Shoot.
So why did Superman win? Well, Superman trumped Juggernaut in a lot of ways. Strength and speed are two things. But Superman's flight also gave him more mobility than Juggernaut could ever have. Juggernaut has also lost a lot of his powers over the years, but Superman kept all of his powers.
Different with the power loss he's lost.
Juggernaut was, however, able to exploit his weakness to magic, but that wasn't enough. Both the Juggernaut and Superman has fought Spider-Man and the Hulk before. And Superman won effortlessly, while Juggernaut usually loses to Spider-Man, and every time he defeats the Hulk, he is defeated by the Hulk. But Superman has fought characters like Juggernaut before.
Alright.
AKA Doomsday. So in the end, Juggernaut was stopped after all. The winner is Superman.
Alright. Who's next time? I don't know how much card. So, yeah, I mean, to be quite fair to me, Superman would win that in many cases because I don't physically know the the output of Juggernaut, but I know he's way stronger than Spider-Man. Yeah, that was an obvious case scenarios for him to be that strong. The thing about it is that um is to me with Superman, you need kryptonite to weaken him. You would also need a sort of magic abilities to actually hurt Superman. He isn't as vulnerable if you're just using pure strength on the character. And as far as I know, you won't physically harm him. You can't hurt him. So, all in all, I feel like this outcome was right. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed that reaction, please like, comment, and subscribe. And please go subscribe to One Fish Mob. He's made recently. I think he's made some new animations recently, so I actually haven't gotten to see those yet. But anyway, guys, I will see y'all in the next one. Later.